Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a non-bingo-y rack with a lot of vowels, but I've got scoring tiles in the F and the Y, and a play of O'Fay would sort the rack out and probably, well, it would probably score enough to be better than changing. It's not really going to sort the rack out in the sense that it's going to leave 3 vowels. However, 2 of those will be E's, so it's not as bad as it might be. And it may be possible to play more than just the tiles in O'Fay, although I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Oofy is good. That would actually be better than O'Fay. EEA better than EEO. Yag takes an I at the end. I don't have one. My F can go in front of the Y. So what I can do is this. Oofy for 31, which is a good score. Slightly dangerous. It's opening up this triple word square at H1. However, that will open the board up. And if I draw constants, I could have quite a good rack. Now, am I missing something better? So O'Fay was what I was thinking of. Look at that. I think O'Fay is better because not only is Oofy opening up row 8, it's also putting this O underneath this triple letter square. So what I was thinking of is this for 27. A lower score, but quite a bit safer. The Y slightly dangerous under this triple letter square, but the dangers on the board are far less than with the previous move. Not great. I draw the Q. I've got the I to go with it. That's not going to leave a great rack, although it's not going to leave a dire rack either. O'Fay takes an S, so I could play cheese. Nowhere at the moment for just QI. Cheese would leave 3 vowels and a consonant, which isn't great. Oi also takes an S, but cheese and Oi's not a great score. 35 for cheese and O'Fay's. I think the priority is playing off the Q. Great, well, cheese and O'Fay's stays available. I could play just Chi, but that's not going to score very much. Cheese and Loy's also available. So I'll play cheese here. This hotspot above the Y still available. In fact, made more valuable to whoever can play there. However, I think this is the play, 35 points. Well, that's pretty good. I've got a variety of words here, and I should be able to score well with the X and leave a decent rack leave. I'm just wondering if I've got anything here next to the I. I don't have because I don't have a play beginning XY. Zist or Zisti would have been nice with the right tiles. Now I've got extol on my rack. I think that may be playable with 2 L's. Onto a D, I would have extolled. I don't have an I for playing next to the Q. Now what do I have through the R? Well, let me first of all consider what my opponent's provided. He's used that hotspot above the Y. He scored well, 36 points. So we're neck and neck at the moment. Kin takes an E after it, so I could play extol, but that doesn't get doubled. I've got something which is quite good. Telex down here, 48 points, rack leave balanced. Can I do better than that? Well, what would be better probably would be playing column 5, a double-double. I can't see a bingo there. And I can't see a double-double, so I'm going with this. Pretty good. I suspect there may be a bingo through the right floater, but I can't see a 7. There would be hap lopia through a P. Is there anything through the R? And I'm looking here for a 6-letter play, a double-double. I'm pretty sure there isn't a bingo through the R. Well, I'm not seeing such a play. 17 minutes on my clock. So how to sort this rack out? I've got scoring tiles in the H and the P. I'd like to sort out the duplicate A. So I could play Alp. Let me see what this scores. I suspect the rack leave isn't great. Look at that. Pretty horrible rack leave. 25 points is good. But can I do something better? Let me put this back and consider. So my H can go underneath FA, as can my P. So I could play Paoli. What else is available? Loy takes nothing after it that I've got. Gosh. I'm just not seeing anything great. I don't really want to put a vowel above this triple letter square. So I'm looking at HA and PA words. 15 minutes on my clock. Vor takes nothing in front. It would be so much easier if there was a double-double in column 5. But I'm not seeing it. So what about playing Halo? 22 points and an okay rack leave. This doesn't feel great, but I think it's okay, and it's not providing anything massive for my opponent. One advantage of playing out would have been to take out the double-double column. But I think this is better. Horrendous, horrible rack. A long way from a bingo. I've now played 4 moves and no bingo in sight, and my lead just 40 points. However, it is a lead. But is my opponent about to come down with a bingo? 3 S's and 2 blanks out there. Do I have a double-double this time? I suspect not. Nothing is coming to mind. I've got amp, but that leaves 4 vowels, which is pretty grim. I'm just wondering if there are any 5-letter plays from this rack. I'd much rather leave myself with 2 vowels rather than 3. Now what about the V? That goes quite well with vowels. Well, I'm not seeing anything with that. Kind takes an S. So column 14, a good bingo lane. My opponent bingo's 66 points. That's nice. I'm not sure if Alp would have prevented him from bingoing, but anyway. What to do? So I'm now 20 points behind. That could be worse. There's row H onto the R, but I'm not going to get my M or P doubled. So I've got a couple of constants to play with. I'd rather go through the T. So what about patio? Pretty grim score. 16 points. But the rack leave quite good given the rack I started with. Column 4 now quite hot. Well, maybe I should be playing there. But I can't see a 4-letter play. I was thinking about having the P or M on both of the premium squares. That would score quite well. about a play down from this first D through the V? Can't see anything, but if there is a play in either of those spots, it will score significantly more than patio. 13 minutes on my clock, 51 tiles to come. I'm going with this. Great, look at that. A blank, fantastic. And the rest of the rack is pretty good. I've got Tinamu. And that plays in column 6, making ST. That's likely to stay available, I hope. What else do I have? Surely I have something in column 14. And row B is also a bingo lane through this S. But it will require a multi-tile overlap. I think I'm mainly looking for 7, so let me run through the alphabet, see what comes to mind. Automatic through AT. I think I've just blocked that. Great. So Tinamu stays available. Opponents provided a 9 timer. So do I have a 9 timer? I've got the IUM ending. This doesn't look great. A G in second spot, not many words have that. However, Tinamu looks pretty dangerous. It would be much better to have a play beginning next to the R of steerers, which doesn't open a triple word lane. So I'm going to go back to my hunt through the alphabet to see what comes to mind. That was where I'd gotten to with automatic, which patio blocked. Domatium onto an M. Nothing with the G. Can't see anything there. Solatium from an S. That's Tinamu, which I think has got an anagram, although it's not coming to mind. Manitou, maybe. Manitou, Tinamu, yep, but Manitou doesn't play. Let me get these tiles in order. 11 minutes on my clock. A U for the Q. That looks promising. Can't see anything. Okay, so all I've seen is Tinamu. Do I have anything down from the V? Not that I can see. I would have auto timer through the right pairs, but there aren't any pairs of tiles to consider on this board. Have I overlooked a bingo lane? Well, row J. Nope. I haven't seen anything so far, so I'm going with this. Tinamu for 64. And I draw the second blank. No vowels to go with it, but it's still great to have the blank. And I provided a few vowels in Tinamu to play through, so I can play Clark through the A, which my opponent should leave alone because he's going to be drawn to row O like a moth to the flame. Do I have something better than Clark? Well, I guess if he's got vowels, he may also play through the G. Quite nice to have an open board when I've got the blank. However, I think this might take 2 moves to sort out. Clark initially and then a J play. And then the board is likely to look a lot different to how it looks now. Now, I note that row D is a bingo lane that I didn't consider last turn. But it would require a lot of overlap, so probably not something there, but I still should have considered it. Now, what if Clark is blocked? Do I have something through the U? I don't think so. So Clark is my play. And if that's blocked, I'm in trouble. a ton of vowels to come. I'm not going to count them, but you can see there are quite a lot. Now, if Clart is blocked, what about a play in row D? And it is. Wow, opponent bingos with another set of tiles quite similar to the steerer's set. 64 points. He goes into a 30-point lead. He's blocked Clart. Now, what I was thinking of was a play through the E, but I can't see such a play. I certainly need to play off 3 vowels. So I've got Celt through this E. 12 points, that's grim. How annoying. I was looking forward to playing Clart and moving on, and now I have to think. So what about Cult? 18 points. It stops my opponent scoring there in that spot. It sorts the rack out pretty much as well as I can. Am I missing a play in column 3 through the E? Don't think so. Am I missing a super hot J spot? No, not that I can see. So I'm going with Cult. Okay, well, I draw the Z, which is good. I draw a vowel, which is good. What's slightly frustrating is to have a blank and not be in a position to be on the brink of playing a bingo. Again, I'm now looking at 2 moves to sort the rack out. However, with the J and the Z, hopefully something scory will be available. I've got Jerd and Joe, which would leave TZ blank. That's pretty good. Baz not good. I think it's just double Z. Can I... Well, Jizz is good. That would sort the rack out in 1. Where can I play? Well, I can play Jizz here. And this has the advantage of the Z taking nothing in front, so my opponent, and Joe taking nothing in front, so my opponent can't really score with this triple word square, and the rack leave is pretty good. 28 points, a decent score. Am I missing a better Jizz spot? Don't think so. I think this is the play. Well, there is Jizz and Amino. Well, Jizz and Joe using the O of Amino, but that's not better than where I've played. I have turn done with blank as a U. I don't think there's anywhere for that. My U goes after the X. And I've got the N for an unstarting bingo, but with only 1 vowel, I don't have such a play. Now, I have turn duns flat in column 2. Just enough squares above the S. So, should that stay available, I will be bingoing. Is there a bingo through the E? Surely there is. Untender? Unrented? Possibly. I feel slightly surer of untender. There's a rented word which isn't good. It might be unrented. My opponent could block these floaters. The S and the E are pretty useful. However, he may also be drawn to the G of grubs, leaving untender alone. Scores, I'm still behind, but only by 9 points. So, quite a close game. Only 18 tiles left in the bag. Let me check the vowel situation. 12 out of 25, so a very balanced bag. And quite bingo-y. My opponent has blocked both of my bingos, annoyingly. He's only scored 17 points, which is good. So, what to do? I didn't have a plan B. I was going to bingo. A tricky rack to sort out. Patio takes nothing after it. Now, what about a play in row D? So I can play Dent. And that's quite good. It scores 34 points, which is good. The U is actually quite a good tile to keep, given that it's the only vowel I've got, and it goes well with the N, and there's a bingo lane in column 14, which is quite friendly to bingos beginning with U. So I think this is the play. That looks quite good. Eurozone through a Z. Is there an unplay? It doesn't look great. And if I can't bingo, then I've got no scoring tiles. I've got an 8-point lead. The 9-timer or triple in column 1 still available. This is column 1 not available for bingos beginning with G, unless they end with a C. Now my column 14 bingo lane has been blocked by my opponent, who's also scored well, and he's taken out row N. So he's done quite a lot of damage with Fawn, and given me something to think about. Column 14 still a bingo lane for bingos beginning SU or SI. 7 minutes on my clock. What about through OS? Not very promising. What about through BE? Not very promising. So, how to score? I'm only 24 points behind, but I may just stay 24 points behind unless I can make something happen. And with the blank, I'd like to open a bingo lane. How can I do that? And I also need to slow down. There's only 8 tiles left. So I don't want to... Well, I've no wish to expedite the end of the game, but I'm in difficulties here because there really are pretty much no bingo lanes. So annoying when you've got the blank. Sometimes the board looks open like this one, but it just isn't. 6 minutes on my clock. And I'm thinking about playing OU. But look at the tiles which can go after it. D goes after it. P, R. My opponent's probably got 1D. And also row O available. So this, and the score's dismal. So it's just an invitation for my opponent to score and put the game out of reach. So there must be something better than that. 5 minutes on my clock. One of the problems with the board being so wide open in terms of where the tiles have gone is that it's not easy to open a bingo lane. I'm trying to find a way of opening column 15, but I'm not seeing anything. Do I really not have a bingo beginning something G? And I don't want to run out of time here. I'm thinking about playing just a LOU. That doesn't feel right. I've got nothing which goes in front of NA. Otherwise there may be some score available. So I could play Euro. And what this will do is it opens a bingo lane for me in column 15 because it only takes an S. I've got the blank. There are no S's or blanks left. If my opponent blocks this, he will not score very much. What is available is column 1 for bingos beginning blank G. Not many of those. Row M for bingos N with an M in 6th place, which I haven't really mentioned because I've only just spotted it. Oh, well, do I have... is unroomed good? Or is it just unmoored? Unroomed would play. I think it's just unmoored. I'm not going to go for that, but it shows that row M is a bingo lane. So let me go back to my plan. Euro, and let's see what happens. Still 3 E's to come, so I'm optimistic of drawing one. I do. So I've got Godsend in column 15. If my opponent doesn't block it, he will block it. Do I have anything through the M? This isn't a great rack. D and G don't go well together, and duplicate D not good. And I can't see anything through the M, and there's only 4 tiles left. I'm 16 points behind. That M could be quite useful. What I need to do is open another bing or another lane which my opponent has to block to try and keep open this M. I think the M, this is the lane, row M. My best hope of winning the game. And if I bingo, I do win the game. Wow, look at that. My opponent has not blocked Godsend. Fantastic. 1 tile in the bag. He's 32 ahead. This doesn't guarantee me the win. But I've got Godsend and I think Goddens. I'm going with the one I'm 100% sure of. Well, it has to go here. Godsend 84. Surely that is enough. Surely. Godsend and Euros. Bang. Well, a nice rack for my opponent. But I don't think he's got a bingo. I don't think there's anywhere for it. I've got a lead of 50 points. I've got the H. Do I have 2 spots for the H? I've got HI and I've got HOS. Great. 2 minutes on my clock, 9 on my opponent's. That has worked out very nicely indeed. So while my opponent is hopefully just stewing, I can find the best place for my H. So 15 above the eye of Jizz. Can I do better than that? And I'm being vaguely methodical here. Phew, I thought for one moment he had bingoed. He hasn't. Nowhere for the H that he's provided, which outscores high. Okay. So, high, 15. Just wait for my opponent to formally end the game, which he does. And the final score, 362 to my opponent, 403 to me. A winning margin of 30 or 41 points even. So 41 points. Very exciting game. Very exciting finish. Let's see what I missed. So it was my opponent to go first. He played Yag. I thought about Ufi and preferred O'Fay. Quite a nice rack for my opponent. Interval through an A. No bingo. He plays Vril. And I have cheese for 35, which looks best. Opponent plays kin, and now I have telex for 48, so it's a reasonable start to the game, but no bingos. Opponent's rack, he plays Vor, and I struggled here. Pahlavi, quite nice. It is opening up row A, but it's a decent score, and it sorts the rack out. Alpha. Okay, E5, Alpha for 35. That's pretty good. I think I would have played that if I'd seen it. Instead, I went for Halo for 22. Not as good. And now, a great bingo for my opponent. He did have J2 Teresis. Well, I created that. He would have had that in row I if I'd played Alpha. So he should have bingoed regardless of my previous play. He plays Steerers. Now, what did I do here? I played Patio. I could have played Matipo. Yeah, I think that would have been better. Opponent plays Grubs. And now I'm 32 behind, but I've drawn a blank. I play Tinamu, and that is the only bingo. Opponent comes straight back with Serenade, which is a good spot. And now I have some tricky racks to play through, and I think they're tricky pretty much from here to the end of the game. I'm 30 points behind. On the one hand, I've got the blank. On the other hand, I've got no vowels and clunky tiles. I played Cult. Yep, that looks fine. Opponent plays Amino. And now I played Jizz for 28. And I like that because although the J and the Z are nice and I can probably score off them over 2 turns, when you've got the blank, I think it's important to try and get rid of all the non-bingo tiles as soon as possible. So although Dit scores 15 more points than Jizz, it's retaining the J, which is non-bingo-y. And also look at that, Dits. Well, that can't be the right spot. K10. Serenade. Serenaded and Dits. Okay. Well, my preference is for playing off the non-bingo tiles. Opponent plays Cobb. I'm 30 points behind. I don't have a bingo here, but Dent was a really nice way of sorting the rack out and scoring. Opponent plays Fawn, and I thought that was a good move, which had pretty much scuppered my chances. This is a fairly unpromising rack. There are pretty much no bingo lanes on the board, although eventually I saw row M. Now, is Unroomed good? No, but wow, look at that. Monoculture. Unbelievable. An 11-letter play from 01. That is stunning. That is fantastic. I would never have gotten that. I don't study 11s. Who does? But monoculture. Wow. Okay. Well, that would have been pretty impressive, but I didn't see it. I played Euro for 8. Just 81 fewer points. So probably quite a big equity hit there. But if you don't see monoculture, and I didn't, then I think Euro is a good play. This was my opponent's rack. Now, what could he have done? He played Pyam, which was great for me. But he's... yeah. Euro is really problematic for my opponent. I think he probably should have tried to block the lane. But it's not easy to see how to do that. Anyway, he didn't. He played Pyam. And then I have Goddens. Okay. Which does score 3 more points than Godsend, and those were the only 2 bingos. My opponent does not have a bingo at the end. And high for 15 was best. So, a pretty exciting game. And although I'm never going to play a word like monoculture, one of the nice things about analysing the games afterwards is that you do get to see them briefly. And so these 11-letter words or longer on occasion arise as playable words, and that was the occasion in this game. I think this was a really good game. I enjoy all games of Scrabble pretty much, but this was particularly interesting because the game looked like I was destined to lose. I didn't feel good about it. I felt I was just struggling and drawing badly, and I think Euro was the key play, and I struggled to find Euro, but having had a little bit of time to reflect on it, I really like the play, and it worked out well. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.